Welcome to Yoga with Cynthia. I'm Cynthia Bialik and both the host and the producer for this program. Irene is with me and we are going to be demonstrating a slow flow Yava yoga class for you today. We're starting in staff pose, so if you would, just bring a yoga mat or you could really just sit on your carpet today. We find that the yoga mat's better for you because your feet will stick, your hands will stick to the mat, and it'll make the yoga poses a lot easier and enjoyable for you. But if you don't have one, just join us here on the floor. So you're going to start with your heels straight out from the hips. So think about where your sitting bones are. Your heels are straight out from that point, and we're going to anchor into the heels of our hands. We're going to roll the shoulders back, and you're going to take your attention straight out from your face and focus just on your breath. So keep your mouth closed and breathe in and out through the nose. Take a moment to just focus on your breaths. Now I'm going to include options for more strength and more challenge, so please take the option that works for you. We're going to start by rolling those shoulders back and getting the warmth in the shoulders. Just doing a little row. And I want you to take your right arm down, bring your left arm over to the right, and just stretch the lats on that side. Rotate the spine up, and then bring that left arm down. Look underneath the right shoulder, lifting the chest up as high as you can, and then come back down. Both arms up, reach back over your shoulders, taking the spine into extension, and then twist to the right. If you can, reach out towards your right foot and reach up with your left hand. Some of you may not be able to reach all the way down. You can just place your hand on your shin. But twist that spine as much as you can. Bring the arms back up. Extend the spine. Look up. Twist to your left. Reach out for your left foot and reach back with your left hand. And if you need to, you can always place your right hand on your left shin. Now we're going to anchor down into our hands again. And we're going to alternate sliding one heel up on the mat at a time. So this is really good to realign and track your knees. We have a lot of clients that have issues with their knees, and sometimes it takes a while in yoga to really put pressure on the knees or to fold that joint as much as it can fold. So today we're just going to take that left leg halfway back on the mat so your left heel is adjacent to your right knee. And we're going to do a modification for east-west pose. So we're going to take our hips up in the air. First, slide your right foot down. You're going to push down into the right foot. Then we're going to lift the hips up and look back over that right shoulder. Then slowly have a seat. And we're going to lift that left arm up nice and tall. Reach forward with your left arm and bind around that left leg. Look over the right shoulder. And then release. Grab that left foot and bring that left leg up in the air. Now, if you don't have the flexibility and you need to hold that leg here, you can. But straighten the leg because we're working on the hamstring. So take the leg where you need it to straighten it. Some of you may be able to pull that leg all the way up and bring the nose and knee together. If you can, do that now. And we're going to work into a seated bird of paradise. Those of you that just want the stretch of the hamstrings, you can stay here. If you want to stretch that hip, you can pull that knee back. And if you want to try to bind, our left arm reaches out just like we did before. You're going to take it around the hip. And this time, you're going to take that left leg up in the air. Bend your right leg onto your hip. And turn to the right side of the room. And now, bring that left leg down. We're going to take the right hand over to grab that foot. Place your left hand down on the mat. Start to lift that right elbow and into compass pose. Look underneath that right shoulder, stretching the lats on that side. Look up under that shoulder. We're going to use our core strength as we pull that left leg over our shoulder. We're going to straighten the right leg and try to pick it up. And drop it down. Let's bring both legs forward. Shake those legs, bring the arms up in the air. Try to reach down for your toes. And we're going to go through that sequence on the other side. So let's come back up. Roll those shoulders back, lift the chest in the air. And now slide your right leg back to the middle of your mat. You're going to push forward into your left foot. Come up into a modified east-west pose. Have a seat back on the mat. Take your right arm in the air. And now reach forward, bind around that right leg. And look over your left shoulder. And as you come back around, take the bottom of that right foot, take it up in the air. Flex your foot as much as you can. Bend the elbows, pull back. Those of you that want to, you can keep your legs straight out. And just work on your hamstrings or start to work on your hip flexibility, nose to knee. Or pull that knee back behind your shoulder and take your right arm out once again. Bind around that hip, reach back, slide your left leg in and start to reach up through that right foot, looking over your left shoulder. Seated bird of paradise. And as you come around, grabbing that right big toe, dropping into that right hand, looking underneath your left shoulder in compass pose. Stretching those lats, letting the sun shine on your face. Now keeping that right leg over your shoulder. Slide your left leg out, pick it up. Both arms up and fold. And now we're going to slide both heels up. Take your feet a little wider than your hips, and you're going to come forward onto the feet, and we're going to bring those elbows underneath both legs. Now you're going to separate your hands as wide as you can and sink down into the hands. Bring your feet together, and we're going to come up into Titsyasana. Straighten those legs. And look forward in firefly. And come forward once again. Bring the head down. Stretch all the way down to the ground. Now take your right leg all the way back and bring both elbows on the inside of your left leg. Coming down into lizard. If you want to do the flying lizard, taking that left arm underneath your left leg, taking your right arm underneath your right hip. Take both feet together once again. This time your big toes are touching. Bring your arms forward. Bring your knees behind your shoulders. Pull forward into crane. Step your right foot down. Left foot back. Elbows to the ground in lizard. Then reach under your right leg. Slide your left arm underneath that left hip. Coming into flying lizard if you choose. And this time we're going to bring those legs back. Sit back over your heels and stretch the body long. Breathe deep. Stay there. Extended child's pose. Now we're going to come forward on our elbows. Keep your tailbone in the air. Puppy dog's pose. Drop the belly down. Look forward. Now drop the belly into the ground. Slide those hands under the chest. Round out the back and cat tilt. Let your head drop. Curl your toes under. Start to pull back to downward facing dog pose. Move those heels up and down. Walking your dog slowly. Dropping your heels into the ground. Take your right hand over to your left ankle and look underneath that left shoulder. Twist that spine there. Now, release your right hand. Take it out to the side. Bend your left knee. Try to reach back and grab your left big toe. Bad dog. Holding mad dog. Pulling that leg up in the air. And once again, release. Take your left arm over to the outside of your right calf and look to the right. And take that left arm out, grab your right big toe, and up we go. That dog here. And back down into the mat. Stretching all the way back. Come down to your knees once again. Round the spine. Exhale, cat tilt. And once again, bring the elbows down. Puppy. Dropping the chest, look forward. Breathe. And once again, come all the way down. This time, lifting that chest to upward facing dog. Lifting the rib cage as high as you can. And once again, round out the spine. Curl your toes under. Last time in, down. Stretching the back. Let your head just drop to the mat. See if you can pull your chest closer to your thighs. Continue your breaths as you hold there. Now come back down to the knees. Take your right leg forward. You can use a block if you choose. Take that block on the outside of your left foot and reach up with your right hand, or you can come all the way back down to your left foot and reach back as much as you can. Kneeling reverse warrior, extending that spine. Let's come forward and twist, palms in prayer. And now as you open, try to reach back for that left foot with your right hand. Reach straight up with your left. And bring that left arm down. Kneeling, revolve triangle. Look up into your right hand. And before we go to the other side, we're going to spend a moment in plank. Sweep down into the mat. Hover the mat in plank. Hover. Hold. Pull through the crown of your head. Drive the navel into your spine. Drop to your right knee, left foot forward. If you're using your block, block is under your right hand. Left arm up, fall back over your left shoulder. Come forward, right arm is over. And into prayer. Stay here and breathe. And once again, come back up. And if you need to use your block, you can place your block under your left hand. Reach back. And up. Come forward, right hand down, revolve triangle. Breathe. Hands down. And if you're using your block, block between the legs. Sit back onto the block. Reach behind your back. Lift your chest in the air. And those of you that want to, pushing into your mat and lifting your chest up. Lifting the rib cage as high as you can. Hold on to that. Come forward, hands down. Take your right arm onto your left shoulder and thread the needle. Right leg is back. Turn to the right. Bring your right arm in the air. Vasasana here. If you can, lift that right leg up, strengthening the outer thighs. And right arm down. Reach forward into bird dog. Lift your chest as high as you can. And right knee down. Turn to the left. Open that hip. Vasasana here, and if you can, bring that left leg up, strengthening those outer thighs there. Left hand down, left heel up, right arm forward. Breathe. And knees down, sit back, stretch out that spine. Now we're going to curl those toes under or cross the ankles and flip back over. And we're returning to our staff pose. So let's give those legs a little shake, focusing a little bit more on core. Let's bring those feet to the floor, round out the spine. And just bring those arms straight out from the shoulders. Keep your feet down the whole time. Just lift your chest towards your thighs. Bring the arms up in the air. Inhale and exhale as you roll back onto the sacrum. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale as you roll back onto the sacrum. And again, continue as you are. Up and exhale down. And again, breathe in and exhale down. And 4 more, lifting up and down. Lift and down. 2 more. Up we go. And exhale. 1 more time. Now this time come slowly down onto your lumbar spine and extend those legs. Hold there. Look at your toes in Ardha Navasana, half boat pose. Stay strong. 2 more slow breaths. And come down into the mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Slide your heels back. Push into those heels. And walk your shoulders down. Now interlace your fingers under your hips. Make a fist. And now push up with your right leg. Breathe. And push down to your right heel. Extend your left leg. Now push into both heels and lift your hips a little higher. Walk those shoulders down. If you can, grab those ankles, getting deeper into your Satubhanasana bridge pose. If you choose to reach back, come into a full backward bend, lift up. Now bring your knees into your chest and small circle. Go in both directions. Now bring both arms out to your side, and we're just going to start to roll the legs over to your right, but then roll them right back to the left. So engaging and disengaging your internal external obliques. Let's just roll from one hip to the other. Take your time with this. Breathe. Exhale around. And 2 more back and forth. Now this time as you come over to the right, you're going to keep that bottom leg bent and you're going to straighten the top leg. Take your right hand over to your left big toe and then reach back with your left arm. Open that chest here. And let's go to the other side. Roll over to your left. Keep your left leg bent and take your right foot with your left hand and look to the right. And come back through center. Now we're going to use the bolster today for our relaxation. Some of you may not feel this is as relaxing using the size bolster, but this is what we're going to use. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for watching Yoga with Cynthia today. Namaste until next time. Watch till the end of the program. So we're going to actually give you our backs because you're going to watch us go over the bolster. So our shoulder blades come over the bolster. And we're going to let our hips drop down into the mat.